If a man isn't free to say what he thinks in the way he wants to say it, if political correctness or hate speech or whatever, if a man can't even express himself the way he thinks it, is he free? And what they do first is they restrict your speech, because if they restrict your speech, then they can start to restrict your thoughts. If you're not allowed to ever say it, then you're probably not going to think it so often. This is why it's done on purpose. So I don't think that society is very free at all, and I think that in regards to keeping our employment, keeping our money coming in, making sure we don't lose our social medias, every single person has to censor themselves to some degree.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another new podcast. Now, you see from that clip, it seems Andrew Tate was very prophetic about what would happen to him in the future. Now, many of you know Andrew Tate has just been recently banned from Facebook and Instagram for expressing his opinions and thoughts on certain topics involving women, and he's even been called an extreme misogynist, a dangerous misogynist. So we're gonna tap into that conversation and explore that. But we also have some wild thotties on the loose, and we gotta talk about them because that bad behavior cannot go unchecked. So let's get into it. But before we do, take a second to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know every time I release a video, and please show a little love to the like button, but let's get into it.
How long have y'all been together?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Do y'all trust each other 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we test that theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swap phones? Go with that?
Yeah.
Go over here, man. I'm gonna go through Snapchat.
What's your password?
Now you see one person looks confident, another one looks a little nervous, but let's keep going and see what happens.
That's her phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna swipe over. Who is Gagger?
That's Gage. He's one of my
Gage?
best friends. I grew up with him.
Maybe look through the chat.
I don't know.
Maybe? Maybe your boyfriend see the chat?
Yeah.
Scroll up. Okay, it's looking all good, man. It's looking all You gotta scroll a little more. Who is Samiski?
Semeski. I went to high school with him.
Hey, look at it. Whoa. What's going on? Someone just threw something. They try to interrupt the video, but we keep it going. Let's look through the chat of Semeski. Scroll back. Swipe out. Who's Cody Lane?
That's me. That's me.
Okay. Trevor. A new streak.
Yeah.
He was trying to come see you?
Huh?
You said, what you doing tonight?
Oh, no.
You was trying to link with him?
Oh, I see. Yeah, she trying to link.
She's trying to link with him?
She trying to link.
I got you, man. That's why I do this, man. Stay blessed. Oh my God.
Now, shout out to my man Cody Lane, because he handled this situation the right way. He could have got upset, started yelling, cursing, throwing a fit, but he didn't do any of that. He just recognized the L, took it, and walked away. No conversation, no dialogue, no giving her a chance to explain. Because I see too many times a lot of men have low impulse control and they do things that they end up regretting later. If she didn't care enough about you to stay loyal, you shouldn't care enough to do something that you're gonna regret later on down the line. And this is also another reason why men are distrustful of male friends when it comes to their girlfriends. And it's not so much that we don't trust you, it's we don't trust the guy. We understand the psychology of other men. If they have an opportunity, they're gonna try and slide in there, especially if you're having an argument with your boyfriend. They're gonna sit there and tell you, oh, I would never do that. It should have been handled like this. Basically trying to put himself above your boyfriend and showing you why he's the better man. So this is another reason why men are so cautious. And we know that a woman is never more than an hour away from some dick. I don't care if she's in the middle of a cornfield in Nebraska. There is a man that is ready to have sex with her, and he's not that far away, as opposed to men where we can be weeks, months, or even years away from some sex. So all in all, I just say that to be cautious. If you are in this situation, take the L, keep moving. No point in embarrassing yourself over a woman that does not care that much about you.
Herpes can actually be a blessing. I know for me in my life it was. At the time that I was diagnosed with herpes, I was in debt, I was living with my parents, I was binge eating, I was dating the wrong guys, I was probably drinking too much alcohol, I was just, I had yeast infections, I had all these things, I had bad acne, really bad acne. Anyways, I had a lot of stuff going on, and getting herpes forced me to get my together. I had to change my diet. I had to get rid of the toxic people in my life. I just made a lot of changes. I personally believe that God put this in my life so that I could make better choices with my life and live the life that I want to live.
Now, she knows good and damn well that she didn't get herpes from God. She got herpes as a result of her getting sauced and tossed, used and abused, having sex with men and not requiring protection or an STD status check. And I'll tell you like this, if her God gave her herpes, let me know which one that is, because I don't want to accidentally ask him for anything if he's giving out herpes to check bad behavior. Send me straight to hell for that matter. Now, what you should be doing is going to the clinic, making sure that you get checked up if you're not using protection. But the number one thing should be to use protection, because the numbers are outrageous. It is estimated that half of people ages 14 to 49 have HSV1, and it's also reported that that same age group, about a little over 1 out of 10 of them have HSV2, which causes genital herpes. So with those numbers, in addition to the other STDs and STIs that are out there, it only makes sense that you protect yourself. Hell, if you have to, schedule a date to the free clinic so y'all both know y'all status before y'all engage in something. And also keep this in mind, especially for the women, because herpes is something that does affect women a little more than men, just because of the nature of our sexual organs. You have an opening to your body. And it is estimated that women do get herpes at a higher rate than men. So in addition to the other risks, pregnancy and health conditions that can come from it, I mean, women do have to be just a little more careful when it comes to sex. And that's not to say men don't have to be careful as well.
No, Instagram and Facebook have removed multi-millionaire, controversial figurehead Andrew Tate. But this conversation is about, did they make the right decision or are they being unfair? Now, if you didn't know, he is a former professional kickboxer who was kicked off of Big Brother because a video came to light about him beating a woman with a belt who later said she was absolutely fine with it. He is said to be a sexual influencer. He is said to empower young men. He also refers to women as female dogs, and people often say that he's a huge misogynist. But is this enough reason to remove him, and is he the only one? Now, if we are to talk about criminality and who is a bad influence, yes, it can be said Andrew Tate is. However, let's look at Cardi B, who is a huge figurehead in music and for women now. But Cardi B has admitted to drugging men and robbing men. So what's the difference? She regularly has songs which are extremely of a sexual nature, with young women often seeing it. And she's worked with the likes of city girls who often talk about, beating men, using men, having sex with men for money. Some of JT's tweets have also emerged in the past where she has said, "I swear I hate, I should be a effing Nazi." She has joked about abortions with their lyrics where young people can listen to them, "Pay me for a suck and slop, bitch." So is there much difference? Are we getting to a dangerous place of taking people's platforms away? And if we're going to do so, should we remove everyone or should we keep everyone? Here are some others who have been...
Now, a lot of you are going to be more familiar with Andrew Tate than I am. I've just started seeing his clips in the past few months or so and seeing him on different podcasts. But I already knew his message was not gonna go over well at all. He was too straightforward, too honest, and too blunt, and that is not rewarded in today's society. We do too much pandering and sugarcoating to appreciate a raw and honest message. And I would be more wary, and I think it's more dangerous for somebody to prescribe something to you that they're not willing to follow themselves. And that's how Cardi B ended up getting pulled into this conversation. There was a tweet made by UFC fighter Jake Shields, and he said this: Tate's main message is stop being lazy and making excuses and go work hard and get in shape and make money, which is a great message. Cardi's is go do drugs, F random men, and go through life as a brain dead moron. See, the problem is one of those messages, you have to actually do some work, and it takes something within inside of you to accomplish that. And the other one, it's just easy. You don't have to do anything. It takes no discipline to F random men. But Cardi B responded to the tweet, and she said this: I'm married, I don't smoke weed, I don't pop pills, I don't do coke, I'm a mom of 2 kids, and I do a lot of charity work. But hey, let me put Cardi into it to defend the man who defends misogyny, and let's say, great. Now that's notable, to be a mom, taking care of your kids, and to also give back to charity. The problem is, this doesn't show up in the music. When we hear songs like WAP, and she also talks about, I don't cook, I don't clean, let me show you how I get this ring, especially when we see clips like this.
You need to stop lying on your songs, man. She be lying. She clean. She got it clean.
I'm gonna punch you in your head.
Lying to your foot. Talking about you don't clean.
Stop.
We know that that's leading women to their own destruction. If a doctor prescribed you medicine for a condition that he wouldn't prescribe for himself, wouldn't it be time for you to be wary of both the medicine and the doctor? So I think in these situations, we have to really take a look at the actual message, not just how it makes us feel, but what outcomes we can achieve if we were to follow that. I haven't personally heard anything where he's telling men to be harmful to women. But Cardi B is allowed to admit to drugging and robbing men with no consequences or repercussions. Her album still chart, her song get played on the radio. And what's funny is when this came out, it was around the same time as those Bill Cosby conversations and outrage. Now, Bill Cosby had to go to prison for his allegations, yet Cardi B was applauded for things that she admitted to. And that's the hypocrisy and the double standards that we see in society, where one speech that's actually more dangerous and more harmful to people in the long run is allowed to survive on and get promoted, while something that's actually going to help people become better versions of themselves gets shut down. And that tells you everything you need to know about where we're at today. But that's going to do it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you have anything to say, please leave it in the comments below. And until another time, I'll see you guys later.